For now, Democratic donors and strategists have been gathering at luxury hotels to discuss how to win back working-class voters. This statement right here is hilarious. So, they want to win back working-class voters, and they're meeting at these luxury hotels. What a great start. I wonder why you're losing. Gee, I wonder why. Commissioning new projects that can read like studies of people from faraway places. The prospectus for one new $20 million effort obtained by the Times. They're spending $20 million studying why they're losing voters. Oh my gosh! Are you serious? They're actually spending $20 million on this. To reverse the erosion of Democrat support among young men, especially online. It is codenamed SAM, short for Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan. It promises investment in studying the syntax, language, and content that gains attention. Oh my god. Aren't they already bankrupt? I thought the DNC was out of money. So they're just gonna spend $20 million learning, oh, what do Gen Z men say? I don't know, go outside and talk to men? You need a $20 million study. Study the syntax. I can't get over this. So they're meeting in the luxury hotels. They have a shitty codename project. They're spending $20 million, and they're gonna study what young men say. Real Texan, what do you say? As a young man, what are you saying? What's your syntax?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Says, oh no, illegals don't get benefits. Remember that, Cope? Take a guess how much money she has gotten in just 15 years. Actually, no. In just 9 years.
Millions.
In just 9 years, this single illegal alien got $588,000 in federal benefits. Just federal. Using a stolen social security number. Oh, but I thought there was no illegals getting benefits. I thought that was a conspiracy. This is what illegal. He got like not $588,000. There was another one that received $600,000. Another one got $400,000. How many illegals are getting benefits? Like honestly, this is just
probably all of them.
Probably, especially California.
I mean, California, I'm pretty sure they can vote. So.
Yeah. Well, I think New York City actually has it. I don't know, but the point is, this is what Doge uncovered months ago.
Well, voter ID is illegal in California, isn't it?
I don't know, but it's like, guys, when it comes to the Doge stuff, it hasn't been perfect, but they uncovered this. They proved that, wait, there's a bunch of social security numbers that are 300 years old and people are still using it. Turns out that's where they were going. Turns out they were going to illegals. This is we're talking about tens of billions of dollars. You get rid of this process where they don't get Medicaid or Social Security anymore, half these illegals are going to disappear. Watch. They're all going to leave. Watch. Half of them are going to leave, like, overnight. SAM, short for Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, and it promises to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention in young people. It recommends, I didn't read this part, it recommends buying advertisements of video games, among other things. Oh my god.
So what are they going to advertise Planned Parenthood on, like, Fortnite or something?
Oh my...
I straight up think it would kill Fortnite if they did any collaboration with the Democratic Party.
Well, they did.
And they did. They literally had the BAP on that stuff, which probably means the Fortnite, like the creators of Fortnite, probably endorsed Kamala Harris for president. But that's beside the point.
So they're gonna. Oh my gosh! So their strategy is they gotta study young men. I love the fact that they word in a way where it's like, oh, these young men are like foreign creatures.
So what does that mean? AOC is gonna advertise her presidential campaign on video games to try to get the young men on her side.
I'm sure the young man playing COD wants to see that crap.
I know exactly.
Maybe your average.
They would say a specific word, which I'm not allowed to say on stream.
Like, okay, maybe your average, like, 25-year-old Yimby that plays, like, I don't know, fucking what, will probably... I don't know. They'll probably be happy to see an AOC for president ad, but I don't think anybody else will.
Yeah, the average person's be like, get this shit out of here. Why do you think, like, these idiots don't understand that the reason the young men started shifting Republican or to the right is because of the game stuff. Because they targeted games. And they're gonna do the same thing again?
Yeah, it's because young men are racist and sexist. We need to teach them a lesson. Guys.
And they're gonna, I love they gotta study the language. They're gonna realize what brain rot is.
Yeah, they're gonna learn they're gonna learn that the N-word is actually used mostly by the...
Alright, so speaking of that, people bring up the RFK stuff, so let's talk about this. So RFK, at HHS made a pretty big announcement today. We pulled this up. For those that live under a rock, RFK's been fantastic. I would argue of all of the entire cabinet, I think RFK's was underrated. You guys agree?
It's a unique set of priorities that diverge from it, but I think the reason MAGA Republicans have such a great affinity with what RFK is doing is because of how he's really working hard to wind back a lot of this totalitarian nonsense that we experienced during the COVID period. And you know, that's what I commented on earlier today, was that, you know, he's basically pregnant women and young people, young women like young men, they are no longer advised to take those shots. Up until now, they were being advised to take those freaking shots. The mRNA vaccine that causes myocarditis, that causes these things.
Allegedly.
And according to several studies, and also in addition to that, for a virus that has like a 0.6% mortality rate, I believe.
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely nonsense.
This is what
that. Yeah.
No. Go on. I think you're done. Go on. No. Go on your thing.
But that's my whole point. The MAGA coalition, even though Maha is adjacent to it, they just remember the horrors of 2020 and 2021 and 22, and they feel like that's finally being put to bed by RFK, and that's why I think he's so popular, even among people that wouldn't traditionally support him.
I mean, it's just common sense. All he's doing is he's just bringing back the science. President Trump has ordered a complete and total halt to all new student visas. So at the top of the, they're doing the vetting stuff. Apparently, it's all student visas are impacted by this. Not just some. Not just for Harvard. All of them.
So Trump's about to implement a complete and total ban on foreign students in America.
Yes! I voted for this! Yes! I got what I voted for. I mean, like, I knew when Trump started going after Harvard, it's like, oh, he's going after the visas. He's gonna go after those visas 100%. Now, it turns out, yeah, he's actually gonna hold all new student visas.
And probably kick out the ones that are already here.
Oh my gosh. Will Trump...
Which I think if he kicked out all the ones that are already here, that would probably be a very unpopular move.
I don't know. But can you imagine if he starts going after H-1B visas, I don't care what he does for the next 4 years, I got exactly what I voted for. I got everything. That's the government. Come on, Trump, do it! Ban H-1B visas. They have to come do that. They can say, oh...
Texas was just kicked out of the Texas House floor for some reason. That's...
Oof. But yeah, what did you just send? What is this?
Democrats consider a shadow cabinet to help them take back power.
Wait, a shadow cabinet? What? We don't have that. That's illegal. We don't have a shadow government.
But this is the difference.
Oh my gosh. Wait, who's on this list?
Mark Cuban, Letitia James, she's in for Trump in prison. John Fetterman's wife.
Let's see who. Is that Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Yep. Katie Hobbs.
Nah. No, this ain't real. What?
There's got to be a link. Hold on, I gotta find
the link. 21 unexpected. Oh, this party's learned nothing. Oh wait, shadow cabinet's illegal. We're not the UK where we have that shit. We don't have that here. There's no shadow government.
Oh, there's a.
This is like a Reddit. This has to be a Reddit parody, right? This is something you see on Reddit. I looked more into it. Yeah, so I found a tweet of Thomas Massey saying, like, the right way to vote in Congress, and he got ratioed into oblivion. And there's this one account here that said, like, the near 80 million constituents who elected their president. And you know what Thomas Massey said?
What?
Yeah, unfollowing you too. 750,000 people elected me. I'm voting for them on principle.
So he's basically calling his constituents a bunch of idiots.
Oh my god, this is Thomas Massey, everybody.
My constituents like libertarianism. No, they fucking don't. The only reason he's been elected is, okay, one, that was pre-Trump when he was first elected. Two, he's never had serious primary challenges. Three, Trump's never really seriously went after him, even if he's threatened him before. Like, I think he probably did threaten him in 24 and never actually.
Yeah, in 2020 he did after the COVID stuff.
Yeah, but he didn't run a primary challenger.
He threatened him, but he didn't do anything.
And last year, I think the main primary challenger was like some convicted felon or something.
Yeah, that's a great option.
Just completely off the hook.
Hold up. It's related to a good old country in the Middle East. You could probably take a guess which country I'm referring to.
Israel.
President Trump just confirmed that he told Israel to not attack Iran. The reporter asked, did you warn Prime Minister Netanyahu against taking action against Iran? Trump said, well, yes, I did. I did, yeah. I said, I don't think it's appropriate right now.
All of this last year was refuted simply by just listening to Trump talk and speak for himself. And I think that's one of the beautiful things of the way that rallies work and the way everything works. You can just listen to Trump. Just listen to Trump speak for himself. Look, you may not be able to immediately understand everything that he's trying to do. You may not have the full machinations of his mind, but you can usually just take him at face value, whether sometimes literally, sometimes figuratively. Like, it's just listen to him.
Yeah. American Order for 3. Mark Levin and Randy Fight are having a meltdown. Oh yeah, they're like, no, we need to bomb Iran. No, Mark Levin's like pounding the table right now. Like, no, I gotta bomb Iran. Wow, it's as if Trump doesn't want war at the Middle East. It's as if that's what he ran in 2016. Remember that? Back in 2016, he literally said, hey, war in Iraq killed how many people? We spent like $4 trillion? Oh my gosh. Are they actually gonna do it? Are they gonna do something?
All right. And for anybody who's not like able to do quick napkin math, 3,000 deportations a day is trying to meet that goal. It's 1 million a year. It's trying to reach that goal real quick. And like this isn't like really news, but it's like this rumor, and the idea of this happening in the background is so entertaining to me. Like the idea, like imagine like you're in a room, like a sterile room, and Stephen Miller's like wearing his like royal guard outfit, and he's like staring you down, and he's like, "Where are those deportations, boy?
Yeah,
where the."
I mean, he wants more. Everyone does. And this is stupid. I mean, like, listen, some of it's funding, I get that. But, listen, if they get this up before the big, beautiful bill passes, like, okay, 3,000 per day, boom, 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 get these people out of here, that's good. That's a good start. And obviously, we want more. But people, guys, if we get 3,000 a day, just say it's good. Like, this is what I don't understand with people. Instead of saying it's, like, it's a good start, but it's not enough, these people just say it's bad. They're like, no, we got to deport 20 million in 5 minutes. That's never going to happen. You can't just complain about this and say nothing ever happens. There are deportations happening. We talked a lot about this. So, yeah, the court stuff, just hoping somebody do something, please. Will anyone take a stand?
I want to also briefly bring up Joni Ernst.
Oh, yeah. Before we get into the economic stuff, which is our big part, what did Joni Ernst do this time?
So at a town hall, which, again, was mostly attended by a bunch of old white Democrats.
Like I said.
The crowd basically is saying that people will die due to Medicaid and SNAP cuts. And Joni Ernst responds, well, we all are going to die.
You know, there's a reason why, despite everything going positive, Republicans could still lose the House in 26.
I mean, this is still the Senate we're talking about, but
these people suck. There is a million different ways to phrase this. Not, oh, everyone's gonna die. Are you freaking insane?
Well, we're all gonna die someday.
Oh my gosh, it's like the Republican Party sucks. But you know what they could have said? You know what they could have said? They could have just said, "Oh, there's a bunch of people that are eligible to work on Medicaid and SNAP." That's all they had to say. Just say there's a lot of fraud and waste. Protect the people that need it, and get the people off that don't need it. That's all you have to say.
The thing is, if it weren't for Trump, Journey owners probably would like vocally support Medicaid cuts. So.
Oh no, she would like say, "Oh, we gotta get rid of like Medicare, everything's gone, but more money for the defense spending."
Yeah, you need to work until you're like 90.
Or
because,
remember, she's the one that tried to think, "Hey, if Mamdani wins, New York is screwed." If he wins a general, he really wants him. These morons really think that if you freeze rent, that's gonna lower costs. You know what's gonna happen? Any landlord's just gonna say, "Fuck this city, I'm out of here. I'm just gonna sell to some company like BlackRock." It's gonna happen.
Honestly, is it a terrible thing if they get radicalized?
Well,
if people get radicalized against the left because of this?
Well, I've seen the argument that this could be like Miami-Dade 2.0. It's like, you get some nut job in there. Well, it didn't happen in Miami. It was demographics and stuff. But it's like, can you imagine? It's a second coming to Miami where it's like, oh, they all swing like 30 points Republican in New York City because they voted for this insane schizophrenic. And these dumbasses on Twitter, they really think this is good policy. I have an idea. How about not having insane regulations in the city? How about having, like, these morons will do anything but build actual housing. I know it's New York City, but still. This is insane. So I'm rooting for Cuomo because do you really want Mamdani? Well, maybe. maybe
I think the only pro that would come with this is that, I mean, if Mamdani does become mayor, which at this rate is probably what I would bet on right now.
According to them, there may be a dedicated office following the Trump administration reorganization of the State Department. We may actually remigration into America.
I mean, that news is hitting me like a dump of bricks. Like, what the crap?
For those that don't know, this is what a lot of people in Europe are pushing for now, which it may happen now, but it's the idea of like, okay, these people who came here, quote-unquote, legally, but they're burning on the system, they're costing us a bunch of money each year, they're not assimilating, they gotta remigrate, they gotta go through the whole process again if they want to stay here. So we're gonna deport them. That's it, and it sounds like the Trump administration, they may actually do this. They may actually do this. If Trump does this and we like force like 1 million people or millions of people to remigrate, he'll be a top 5 president for me of all time.